Hello, Pigeon. Are you okay? You just resting? Doing all right, Mr. Pigeon? Okay. Pigeon seems to be doing okay. He's just kind of... It's probably pretty windy. Poor little guy. Anyway, so this is an episode that we're trying to figure out who is the better investor, P. Diddy or Michael Garza. Who would you choose? Let's put a poll out. The poll knows all. The pole dancer knows all as well. I'm gonna. The sun keeps reflecting off of these cars, so I'm gonna try to kind of get a better angle. I think probably gonna try doing it from this vantage point. I think it's kind of neutral, kind of not. I'm not entirely sure. We'll figure it out. It's okay, buddy. I'm not getting too close to you. Don't worry. Who is the better investor? Now, I'm comparing myself to a heavyweight, you know. P. Diddy obviously has more money, but does he select, is he smart about how he spreads out his risk? Now, I know he's good at spreading those cheeks, which is awesome. Good on Diddy. All right, Pigeon, I'm gonna try to stay away from you, Pidgey. Excuse me, bud. Don't worry. You can do your thing. Looks like there's a little bit of dirt on here. Well, try to find a good spot to sit. This might be the best we're gonna get. Potentially. It's kind of lights are everywhere. Well, I guess I could stand up and do this. Yeah, I'll sit down. We'll sit down. Here we go. This is a little easier. Just still trying to figure this one out. Oh boy. All right. So, who is the better investor, P. Diddy or Michael Garza? The polls have begun. The polls have opened. Thank you guys for joining, for checking this out. I am your host for this episode. Obviously, I'm the host for every episode. This is the Michael Garza Show. But we have one vote in. All right, we have one vote in so far. Who is the better investor, P. Diddy or Michael Garza? Now, 100% of you so far said P. Diddy. Jack Me Off says WYA. Hello, Jack Me Off and Me Off, my boy. But welcome to the show, the greatest show in the universe. So sexy, so beautiful, so tame. And did I mention sexy? One of the things we're doing right now, we're chilling out in downtown Coosa Bay. As you guys can see, there's cars to the right of me, cars to the left of me. And we're gonna go hard. Just like the card. So, as you all know, Jack Me Off says Theo Von's a pretty good show. Theo Von's got a great podcast. I like that guy. He's a really swell dude. But this is the Michael Garza Show. We're a different breed of investors. And I would not consider this technically a podcast, even though I do upload these videos to Spotify and shit. But I don't really care about the podcast format because I think the podcast format's generally kind of gay. And I've got other things I want to do with the format. So we're here in downtown Coos Bay. Let me, one thing I do need to do. I got to get my little battery pack out. That's one thing I got to do. And let's, I would get out my notepad, but give me a second, folks. Oh, there it is. There's my handy dandy power bank. Love this thing. This thing's very sexy. What else we got over here? But this is the home of the Michael Garza Show. The clearly the undisputed greatest show on YouTube. And growing every day. The fan base, the Mussy Boys. We are the Mussy Boys, and as you can hear the traffic, this is what we kind of wanted, more natural scenery. We wanted to to talk about everything that's going on in the world, no matter what it is. We're still pretty early on. Let's see here. How much battery do... Oh, we still got plenty of battery on this bad boy. But, yeah, we are here. We are live. We're large. We're in charge. And this is the show. So, where else are we going to take the show today? I don't know. I might actually, once this charges up a bit, I might take the camera to another spot. Now, maybe we'll get an interview, surprise interview. Somebody will show up. I'll talk to them. You know, this show is all about impromptu. I love impromptu interviews. They're very fun. They're very exciting. And I don't know. How can you not enjoy an impromptu interview? But, yeah. You know, if there's one thing I could say, we might even do a few business reviews. We might review a couple of the businesses around town, around the local area, but it's nice to get out and about. This is a great spot, very good place to sit. Very much a kind of a middle ground community area. I believe this is public property last time I checked. Just a very good spot. The bench over there, benches over there. It's really cool, really fun. Kind of a long day for me, but that's okay. Long days happen. But I'm feeling a little bit better about the job I'm doing, just a little bit. I had a better day today. Not as bad, but we don't want to hear about that. We want to talk about who is the better investor, Diddy or Garza. So, you know, Diddy does have a lot of private businesses that he owns. I think he's a majority sole owner of a lot of these businesses now that I think about it, the business ventures he's an investor in. Now, I don't know if he's a full owner in these private companies, but he probably is a majority owner. Ciroc Vodka is one of them. I don't own any private companies. I only own publicly traded ones. I take that back. There are a few ETFs that I have that within those ETFs actually hold, I believe, private companies, I think. So there is that possibility. You know, and there are ways to invest in privately owned companies. You just have to get into those parent companies that own those companies, I guess, is kind of how it goes. For example, Berkshire Hathaway is a great example. They completely own Geico. They completely own, well, all sorts of other shit, actually. They own Geico. They own, there's a few other insurance companies they own. Berkshire Hathaway owns so many different insurance companies, I think, and they own See's Candy. That's kind of cool. It's just plenty. It's just a plenty. But it's pretty dope. I love it. But yeah, overall, it's just kind of the way it rolls, and I think it's good. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that? I mean, publicly traded companies, I think it's better to own those. Jack Me Off says, "Sorry, it started raining and my sunroof was open, but are you? Am I Jewish?" So I remember I'm stealing from my brother's 23andMe because I don't really care that much about where I come from. But yeah, I think I'm like 0.5, maybe 1% Jewish, if anything. So I definitely got some Jewishness in my body. But that's about it. Not much of me is very Jewish. There's a little pigeon. Hello, pigeon. Hi, Mr. Pigeon. Oh. Pigeon's like, get the hell away from me, bro. These pigeons don't want anything to do with me. That's a shame. Smart pigeons, though. Smart pigeons. But yeah, this is you know. Jack Me Off says this is sideburns. So yeah, dude. I mean, I got kind of I got a Jewish look to me. Absolutely. Most people do believe I am fairly Jewish. Absolutely. It's the sideburns. But yeah, no, yeah, very much. As far as I know, I don't think I'm Jewish, but then again, I could very well be wrong. I think I'm only like 1% though, like I said, so not much. Most people do think I am Jewish though, because of how much I talk about assets. Most good investors are Jewish, says Jack Me Off. Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe I'm more Jewish than I realize. I don't know. My brother's 23 and me results should be the same as the last time I checked. We're completely related. We both have the same dad and the same mom, so I'm assuming that the whole ancestry thing. You know, maybe I got more of the Jewish side. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm definitely Jewish though. Well, a little bit. In good spirit, I think. Yeah, always fun to invest though. I think that if there's one thing I can say is that I'm always investing, always looking for ways to you know, increase my net worth. And you know, a lot of people, whenever they hear the word net worth, they think that it's the amount of money that somebody has in the bank, and it's so stupid for them to think that way. Because these people think that, like for instance, Elon Musk's net worth is like what, something billion something. None of that is in the bank. All of that is in assets, and if anything, most of it's stored within Tesla stock that he owns. You know, he's the owner of the company, man. And is he smart to have all of his net worth so concentrated? I don't believe so. I think it's a bad idea to have your net worth too concentrated overall. So yeah, it's something to keep in mind. Avoid over concentration, in my opinion at least. But yeah, overall, I think Diddy, was spread out enough. You know, he owned a vodka company. I think he owned a few media companies, record labels. You know, obviously he stuck to what he knew, and that was alcohol, music, and probably bitches. I don't know. You see, the thing is, I dip my toes into everything, so I own all sorts of businesses. The businesses I have no business even owning, because I don't know shit about it, but I don't have to run the business. The whole goal is to own businesses that you know have, you know, are good, that are managed well, have good cash flows. And I mean, if you can find good businesses like that, even if you have to pay, even if it's overvalued, you know, that's fine. You got to pay a premium for good companies, and I accept that all the time. One of the times that you kind of get a discount is during a rapid bear market when everybody's panic selling. So that's a good time to buy. I love bear markets. It's not financial advice, but I do love bear markets. I don't understand how people can avoid bear markets. Like there's Jack Me Off says, here's a hard-hitting question. Would you last longer in a room with Diddy or Dahmer? Oh shit. Well, first off, didn't Dahmer, I don't think Dahmer's into white boys. Dahmer's not into white boys though. And then Diddy's into white boys, so that'd be easy. Are you talking about would my butthole last? Like, what are you talking about? So that's a good question. The wind is really picking up here, by the way, so if you guys hear a lot of wind, that is to be expected because it is fucking windy right now. I'm going to wait for this to... Hopefully, I'm going to wait for the battery to charge up a little bit more. Usually, like I said, let's see. Let's see, Jack Me Off says you have to fight for your purity. Yeah, you know, something like that. Don't know what Diddy's trying to do, man. The Didster. But overall, it's a good show. It's a damn good homoerotic show today. But yeah, overall though, you know, I'm not a big fan of owning just privately owned companies. I like prefer the publicly traded ones, just because there's usually a lot more, well, I don't know, when it comes down to it, a lot more going on in those ones. There's a lot more agreement. There's like board meetings, stuff like that. With privately owned companies, it's like, even if they're big companies, it's like sometimes it could be a little bit questionable. But then again, sometimes publicly traded companies will cook the books, and that's something that's kind of scary. I like to avoid that if I can. You know, especially when there's when they're cooking the books. You don't want that. But yeah, this is a good spot to do a show. I'm glad I chose this one here. What do you guys think? You guys probably huge fans of probably just in general of. Here's the real question: is Diddy actually a good artist? That's the question. Is the P Diddler actually a good artist? And to that question, I don't have a good answer. I've always thought he's an okay artist. I think he's talented. I do think that P Diddy actually knows music. I don't think he's like a Mozart or anything like that, but I do think he's a passable artist. And I think he's a heck of a producer for the most part. So, is he a piece of garbage? Absolutely. I think he's a pretty shitty person, but yeah, it's not the question of this one's not ethics. Is who is the better investor? I mean, I am more diversified than Diddy, by all accounts. I am super diversified. I've got multiple ETFs. I've got bond ETFs, stock ETFs. I've got motherfucking commodity ETFs. So at the end of the day, I'm pretty diversified, spread out my risk. I try to have a very John D. Rockefeller approach to investing. And what's funny, in today's era of investing, I have way more opportunities available to me to invest in than John D. Rockefeller did back in the day. So in a lot of ways, I have more advantages over Rockefeller. I may not have the money, but I have a lot more advantages when it comes to spreading out my risk in today's age. So, yeah, being able to spread out your risk at a high level is pretty much a good thing. Spread out your risk to the best of your ability and kind of roll from there. Yeah, this is fun though. I'm kind of glad we chose this spot. I don't think there's any real benches on the sidewalk, so I can't really find a good bench to. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see here in a second. There might be one that's a little more shaded. In fact, that table over there would probably be a better spot to do the show. You know what? We're moving. We're moving the show. All right, you guys, we're moving. We're getting to a better spot. We're getting to a better area. So let's All right. This one's a little more shaded. Okay. Oh, I like this spot. This is good. Okay. All right. It's reflecting off a little bit, but not too bad. All right. All right, let's get to it. All right. Kind of a better spot. Don't know if it's really, I thought it would be a little more shaded. Yeah, it's just as shaded. But, yeah. You get to hear the cars go by a little bit, which is a little bit better. But yeah, overall, when it comes down to it, as long as I can get into publicly traded companies, I'm pretty stoked anytime of the day. But yeah, overall, you got to ask yourself the question: Is P Diddy the GOAT? Is the greatest of all time investing? I don't know. It's a question only philosophers know the answer to. No, hold on, let me get that here. All right, but P Diddy's the man. Now he's a shitty person, but as far as it goes, though, I mean, he definitely played to what he knows best, and that's a pretty smart move, man. It's all one can do, but you gotta love the Didster, man. But yeah, the Diddy, as far as it goes, I don't know what his publicly traded portfolio looks like because I tried doing some deep research. I was trying to see Did he have publicly traded companies, and it was pretty much all privately traded each and every time. So, so go Diddy, man. I gotta give him props on being a good investor, you know. But yeah, is he better than Mikey G? That's the question we all must ask right now. And I think he was a little too concentrated on very few companies when he could have been more concentrated in a broad spectrum of companies, you know. So we only got one vote on this poll. That's sad. Let's see. How much more battery life do we got here? Doing the show in public, though, is very entertaining. A lot of good spots, but I was actually hoping to have more shade over here, but that's okay. Let's see. This is great, though. But overall, but yeah, what it boils down to, though, I think the Ditster, I think he's got a good concentrated portfolio. Do I know if he's still an owner in these companies after everything that's happening? I think he still has his assets. He's still legally able to have, as last time I checked, all of these assets. At least that's what I believe. And he should be able to keep his assets. I mean, like even, you know, if you've accumulated your assets, and even if you're a shitty person, you still get to keep those, man. That's the whole point of owning those assets. And for me personally, it's like, but yeah, I think he's a little overly concentrated on it, so not a good move in my opinion, but it's all good. But go Yeti. Oh, but yeah, overall, this is it's good to do a show like this out in the public. Haven't done a show like this in a long time, but yeah. This is fantastic. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe. We need that. But it is fun to do a little more voyeurist, exhibitionist style shows out here in the wide open. But yeah, overall, maybe I'll get a free interview out of the deal. Maybe somebody will want to come on up. But having a good time. Yeah, and we're almost to the 4,000 watch hour marker, which is pretty tight. And we're doing some good shit on the show finally, making things happen. And surprised nobody's voting on this poll. By the way, I'm a little bit shocked by that. We'll see if more people start doing more on the poll, but. Yeah. And let's see what the battery power is like here. Yeah, 57%, nice. A little chilly out today, but that's all right. And I think we got a good connection, so we're pretty good there. Feels good to get a little sun. Got a little sun walking around. We'll probably end up walking around here in just a few moments to get a better view of this this town. It's a good town, sexy town, very sexy. But yeah, overall, I mean, who's the better investor, me or Diddy? I think, you know, it depends on the type of portfolio, I guess, you respect. I still think diversification is the key. You know, it's good to be in great assets, and you kind of have to weight it by market cap, in my opinion. I think that's always a solid choice. Yeah, that's pretty much the way I roll for the most part. It just depends. Everybody's a little different in how they approach their investments and their portfolios, and more power to them for, you know, having their own way of doing things. But yeah. Feels good. It does feel good to do the show out in public. That's one of the best parts about this show, is I get to be a fucking creep out in public, and it's enjoyable. And let's see what else we got. What else we want to talk about? Let's get out the Notebook. We're not talking about the movie. We're not talking about the movie with Ryan Gosling. I would watch the Notebook in public. That would be fun. All right, we got any pens? Motherfucker, I need a paperweight. I need my battery charger to be a paperweight. And where are we located on the pen situation? That does the trick. Oh yeah, and Travis Kelce, by the way, was spotted in North Bend. Well, he wasn't spotted. Nobody actually realized who he was, but he was at the Pancake Mill of all places and got some good shit. I missed out on the greatest of all time, dude. One of the goats coming through. But damn, it is very windy out here. I will say that. It is insanely windy out here. But yeah, so Diddy, more concentrated. That's, and if it works for him, these are good businesses. They're well run, highly profitable, and you're getting majority of the cash flows to you through the form of a dividend, and you want to reinvest in the company or invest in other companies. I think that the whole idea of owning a business would be to take the earnings that you get from that, profits that you get from that business, and you take those profits. If you have any private businesses, like for instance, as a DoorDash driver, I do like to take the money I get from doing that. I consider that my own private business. I take the money from that and I usually put it into other investments and things like that, things of that nature, which I think is probably one of the smartest moves that I can make as an investor overall. Yeah, I don't know. I just love finding good ways to invest and do what I got to do. And investing is a frequent thing, man. It needs to be a frequent part of most people's lives. And we're taught at a very young age that it's very important to be career ready and career driven and got to be ready to interview for jobs and shit like that. But nobody ever really encourages anybody to be an investor or start their own business. It's a little sad. I think that, studying how to start a successful business is actually really fun. And I will say this, all my businesses have no employees. They're all pretty much AI run. So I run basically my own employee-less operations. I'm basically a sole proprietor, I guess, is how you could say it. But, outside of it, a no employee business is my way to go, because it's like, screw that. If I can find a cheaper alternative, I always do. So, and I see no problem with it. So, yeah, sole proprietorship's always fun. But yeah, invest is probably the greatest thing I could say. One of the reasons why I love making all the extra money that I make through my, ventures, whether it's affiliate marketing, whether it's, whether it's something as simple as getting watch time ads, all that shit. My end goal at the end of the day is to just be a very successful investor. And so I guess the thing is, who is the better investor, me or Diddy? I think I'm the more diversified investor. If we're putting it on a scale, I'm way more diversified than Diddy. I mean, then again, I don't know any of his other investments except for the ones that he's talked about or is on public record. So it's possible that Diddy also probably had some dough that he had put into, like, maybe some sort of account, that was in a diversified portfolio, diversified ETF. Maybe he had a Vanguard account, who knows. But I'm just saying, for what we know of what Diddy has and what we know of what I have, if that's all we knew, then technically I would be the more diversified investor. Obviously, I'm not the wealthier one. He has more wealth overall. I would say he's still diversified overall. I would say that Diddy is still diversified in a lot of ways. And so you can't really count out Diddy as far as the diversification style goes. But it's great, man. So the Didster's, I would say he has a good private company portfolio, but I have the more diversified portfolio. So if we're comparing the Didster to my portfolio, then that's the way I look at it. And I'm all about diversify, and then stay spread out the risk 24/7, and don't ever look back. It's the one thing I wish they would teach in schools, though, is that investing is just as important as learning how to interview for jobs. It's important to interview for jobs. It's important to be hireable, or it's good to learn skills or be able to provide a service of some kind. Those things matter. But yeah, Diddy versus Garza. Who wins? Who wins whose portfolio is superior? I don't know. I would say obviously he's a more wealthier guy, but as far as the diversification factor goes, and as far as preserving the wealth, I would actually be the winner in that scenario. That I would be the no holds bar winner in that scenario. That's my bloody opinion. But the Didster definitely is a total stud when it comes to investing. When it comes to owning businesses. Here's the thing. I may own businesses, but all the businesses that I own, all the investments that I own, I am absolutely 100% hands off. I have no say-so in them, mainly because they're managed very well. I may be a minority shareholder in all the businesses that I own, obviously, but the goal is to spread out the risk, spread it out. And the thing is, I own a bunch of different real estate investment trusts, which really provide super duper cash flow at the end of the day. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. We need more likes. We're trying to get this a little bit more favorable on the algorithm overall, and so we're really doing the best we can to be out there. But yeah, I will admit the sun keeps reflecting off the side of these cars, so I'm just like struggling a little bit. Too much sun. That's okay though. But yeah, overall, as far as it goes, I mean, I'm a huge, when it comes to investing, obviously I'm a huge nerd, and I continue to learn everything I can, because I always figure there's something else I can learn. But normally the best thing you can do is long-term investing at the end of the day. That's why only 20% of my portfolio is actively traded. Like I said, I only have 3 ETFs that are designated for strictly swing trading. And then every other ETF out there is basically just for long-term holds, and every other individual stock I have is a long-term holding. Long-term holding, it's important. You have to have your long-term holdings, and because you always want to. Here's the thing: you always want to be in the market at the end of the day. And I love buying during bear markets. Bear markets are incredible. And I think the thing is, too many people look at investing like a gambler. I'll give you a great example. There's this YouTube guy named Meat Kevin, who is a total chode. I call him Meat Spin Kevin. He stole that from Strongman Personal Finance, but he's a total chode. And he was constantly thinking that he could time the market. So he would sell off his entire portfolio. Then he would think he would buy back in on the dip, but then it turned out there ended up being a bull run. You can't predict what direction any market's really going to go. You can kind of have a general idea, but at the end of the day, markets are, in the short term, are really more dictated by emotional responses towards news and different, earnings reports and things like that. The funny thing is, people always think there's efficient markets. Not in the short term. Actually, markets are very bipolar in the short term, but they're a weighing machine in the long term. So essentially, in the long term, like in a year, you're going to see more accurate results, things like that. But yeah, I think no matter what, people need to be investing. Because if you're not diversified, if you're not investing in real, solid assets, you're screwing yourself over at the end of the day. So hopefully more of you guys can start investing in stable assets. None of that Bitcoin bullshit. I think too many people get into all these terrible, terrible investments that just don't make any sense on paper. And it's just frustrating, man. It's frustrating. Give me V-Bucks says hi. Yeah, we got 2 votes in the who is the better investor. Diddy, P. Diddy. All right. I may have to take you guys on a stroll. Looks like we're gonna have to, because it is too windy for us to be sitting here with paper. It's way too windy for us to be sitting here with paper. So we're gonna take a stroll and we're gonna go find a better spot, maybe a little more sun. Hopefully get a little bit of sun, and then do our thing. And we got a 60% battery on here, so I think we'll be fine for a while. There we go. And oh shit, my pencil. My bussy. Pencil in my pocket. All right. All right, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of downtown. Whoa. That wind is picking up. All right, wind was picking up. All right, the Mussy Boys, here we go. All right, so we're walking a little bit more downtown. So that's Restaurant O right here. It's a good spot. It actually got some good benches, but they're kind of in the sun, so I'm gonna try to avoid that for the most part. But we got other spots. We got like I think it's Mexican joint. Yeah, it's a Mexican restaurant, and they got the good shit down here. And then we got the Egyptian theater. They got let's see what else they got. What do they got going on here? Premiere. Oh, there's a premiere karaoke competition. Got the good stuff here. So you got the good shit. I don't know if they're doing any events today. But yeah, good old Egyptian theater. And yeah, solid choice. It's a good place. And this is the Northwest Fitness. I think this is more of what do you call it? One of those. Oh, it's a certain type of place where they do those crazy exercises. I can't remember actually. It might say right here. You know what? Doesn't say. Doesn't say. That's okay. It's good shit. But hell yeah. Woo. Walking on downtown. Feels good. The gust of wind is really nice. I'm gonna check out a few areas. I might get a pedicure. Should I get a pedicure? It's crazy, man. Some of the businesses that have come and gone in the street. World Newspaper. Huh. I don't think they're open at the moment, but as they could be. Let's see. Take a bit of a route. Let's see where we going. I don't know. No. So we got a few different places. It's kind of a dope furniture store. We got Rife's. I don't know if they're open at the moment. They might be kind of closed. Let's see here. We were all here a little bit ago, but I think yesterday, but Skylar, total stud. And oh, Uber Eats, really? Oh, they got Uber Eats in the area. Nice. I did not know Little Italy did that. I'll have to, next time I do Uber Eats deliveries, I'll have to do that. But yeah. Yeah, this is kind of cool. This is So It Goes. This is kind of one of the local coffee shops. I don't think I really ever get to see some of the events and stuff like that. You get to see like book sales and stuff like that. They got all sorts of shit. Look at that. Really cool. So really neat. But pretty dope. Yeah, pretty good little coffee house for sure. Haven't been there in some time. I don't really go to coffee places. I mean, they got like baked goods and shit, which is kind of cool. Let's see, licensed tax consultant. Nice. Definitely sound like they're ready to break. Been, oh, there's the German restaurant. Yes, I should do a review there. I don't know if they're open at the moment though. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna walk this way. Wait just a second to be able to cross. But overall, good shit. So this is the place that left those sweet ass reviews. This is the German joint. So, they actually look like they got some good shit, though. Good stuff, man. So Tim Smith, if you're watching, this is the restaurant where they do those sweet ass reviews. I don't know if like, I mean, I might get a beer here. Maybe I'll get like a German beer. Do a bit of a review. It's pretty fancy though. Look at that. That's a very fancy restaurant. And we got yeah, it's the Blue Heron, the German food, solid choice for eating, as far as I know. I had a beer there once with my buddy Sean, and it was a pretty cool experience. But yeah, I think I'm good to go back. I don't really need to see anything else. We've seen this a million times over. Keep on walking. Maybe we'll find a better spot to do the rest of the show. But yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty expensive. I hate going to restaurants, if we're gonna be honest. I'm not a restaurants kind of guy. But they do have patio dining. That is kind of dope. I gotta admit, I do like being outdoors when I eat. Usually eating outside sometimes. I wouldn't say usually, but I try to eat outside when I can. Get to share with the birds. Birds steal my food. Sun's going down a little bit. There's always a few good spots to do a show. Well, but you know, who's the better investor, I guess, at the end of the day? We got the Didster. Diddy might win, man. Diddy's more wealthy at the end of the day, but whose portfolio is more at risk? I mean, you can never go wrong with owning an alcohol company, especially a big name like Ciroc. But then again, the brand went down. Honestly, probably more people are drinking Ciroc now more than ever. They're like, whoa, that's the Diddy vodka. So, I don't know. All attention's good attention at the end of the day. I believe this is Morgan Stanley. This is where we were at. Yep, this is where we were at last time. That crow is Kakan. He's very much letting me know who's boss, as he should. No trespassing. There's a no trespassing sign. Fucking I'm breaking the law. I'm breaking the goddamn law. So I'm trespassing illegally. No, I don't know. This isn't legal. Do miss the old. I never really checked out the world newspaper. Let's see. What's this? Maybe we could do our show, a secret show. This would be a fairly secret show. Yeah. This is private property. The right to enter and remain on these. All right, well, I'm only here to chill out and do a show. This is actually kind of cool because we could do a bit of a secret show in a lot of ways. Yeah, we'll finish off the show here at the old world newspaper. And the newspaper business died a long time ago. Just sit next to you. Here we go. At least I think I can see. It's kind of weird to see this company totally just not here anymore. Here, I'm just gonna keep the phone like this for the most part. Just gotta do selfie stick mode. But it is weird to see a place like this go away. You know what I mean? And but yeah, it's a testament, man. I mean, times change, technologies change, and you know, a lot of new industries end up getting created because of it. A lot of industries go away as well. But yeah, you could say that the internet killed the newspaper. The internet killed standard television in a lot of ways. Nobody consumes regular TV anymore except for very old people. And yeah, I mean, that's really just kind of the thing now. I mean, is it really a sad reality? I don't think it's a sad reality. At least I don't believe it is. I think it's kind of, you know, just the world's a changing, you know. And you know, you either adapt or you don't. I mean, that's kind of the way it goes. But yeah, this is like I said, where the old world newspaper was at back in the day. You know, it does have a no trespassing sign, but I mean, what I'm doing is pretty innocent, so I'm not here to ruin anything. I mean, if somebody tells me to leave, I will obviously leave because this is not my property. But this is fun. It's very fun to chill out here, and I'm really shocked that we only have 2 votes for this, man. That's sad. Make sure you guys like the video, though. You guys got to like the video, man. The more likes we have, the better. I'm really trying to pump up this show to the YouTube algorithm as best as I can, and gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do a few more articles for realgarza.com tonight. I got to make sure some of the articles are out there, trying to encourage people to buy more Amazon products. As you all know, that I am a. Oh man, that was a weird smell. As you guys all know, ooh, that smell. I'm an Amazon associate. Oh fuck, that is a rank smell. What is that? Is that coming from my phone? No, that's not coming from my phone at all. It's coming from something though. Jesus. I feel like something's probably burning. Ugh. Is it coming from my backpack? My backpack's not on fire. Hug. But yeah, no, it's fun. I really do enjoy doing these videos, though. I think doing these videos out in public really is kind of it's a game changer. Oh shit, I got a whole bunch of payments today. You know, I'll tell you guys this. One of the reasons I love owning a bunch of dividend stocks is the level of payout I get. I get lots of payouts from my dividend holdings, and I will always be a big fan of that. Yeah, make sure you guys vote on this poll, by the way, and like the video. More likes we have, the better. So it helps the channel keep on growing. Just like my pee-pee. Yeah, this is it. This is where it's at, man. Doing these in real life streams though is really kind of fun. You know, being able to just kind of go live around town and, you know, see what's out there. There's little berries over here. Look at these free berries. I don't know if they're any good to eat though. I'd have to check and see if those are actually edible. I'm pretty sure they are. I think they're just little red huckleberries or something. But it feels good to just kind of be out and about. We just need to do a whole show at the U.S. Bank ATM is what we need to do. I think that would be the smartest thing we would do on this show. We could do on this show. Well, we can continue to move forward and see where else we could go. You know, world newspaper, man. This is where it's at, where it used to be. And I don't know what they're going to turn this piece of property into, but hopefully they turn it into something worthwhile. It is a great piece of property, great piece of real estate. I mean, I wouldn't be the one to buy it because I wouldn't know what to do with it. But you know, property's property, man. Especially if you can get it at a deep discount. You know, getting property at a discount, man. That's what really matters. And you know, real estate's a tough one to value. That's why I prefer stocks, man. They're easy. Stocks are easier to value, in my opinion. They're not the easiest, but you know, real estate, you know, it's a mixture of things. There's a mixture of location, blah blah blah, you name it. I guess you can kind of say that sort of the same with stocks, but not really. But yeah, I prefer, if we're gonna be exposed to real estate, though, I'm a real estate investment trust guy. You already know this. I've said this a million times on the channel. REITs on my teats. You know, REITs on my teats. It's kind of a big saying for the show. But my goal is to help people become better long-term investors. That's why I do this show. That's why this show gets me going, gets me hard. a birdie. There's a birdie above me. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see this bird, but oh, he's flying. Just a bird above me. All right, I guess we should probably keep on moseying. You guys ready to roll? Guy just ran past me. All right, let's do this. Let's get the fuck out of here. Whew. Making our way around Pussy Madness, dude. Pussy Madness. Whew. All right, we're strolling. There's good flowers, good shrubbery. Shit. But yeah, that's where the old World newspaper used to be. You can probably see a little outline. Oh boy. You know, I'm glad nobody harasses me when I do this. Hold on.
Wait.
Somebody left some Sunny D. All right. Keep on rolling. Ooh. All right, we got the they got adult toys in here. I want a butt plug. Find a few spots here. All right. Then we're kind of walking around. We got some apartments over there. All right, we're walking around town. We're kicking ass. And we're almost to the illustrious 4,000 watch hours. Holy shit. Oh shit, dude. It's my boy, dude. Robert Marchant, the man, dude. It's the GOAT, dude. If you guys need a lawyer, my boy, Big Bob, man. Oh, it looks like they're doing some shit. Oh, they're doing some skateboarding. Fuck yeah. Pretty dope. Oh, they're doing some sweet stuff. That's cool, man. They're doing like skateboarding and shit. My social. Are you guys talking about like gay porn 69?
What's your username?
Oh, you're talking. Oh, it's Michael Garza. Michael Garza show. It's not for kids though. Not for kids. Have fun, you guys. But yeah, that's hilarious though. I do got the jankiest looking tripod in the world, so. All right, so we're taking a look around. We're doing lots of gay shit. Yeah, some people wanted to know about the Michael Garza show, and the worst show of all time. I was like, that's not for kids though. It's like, don't watch it. They might have spelled Garza wrong though. That's okay though. But yeah, no, I don't think kids should watch the show. It's not kids should definitely not watch this show. It is a disgusting show with a disgusting man. But yeah, no, I love walking around Coos Bay. There's a lot to see, a lot to view. This used to be an old ass hospital. I think it's haunted, to be quite honest. So I'd walk by it when I was a kid and heard like spooky shit. Pretty fun though. We have the Mingus Park Skate Park, which is I don't know if it's closed or not. They like had it locked down, which kind of sucks because I mean there's places to skate, I guess, but you can't shut down the skate park, man, unless there's like, you know, real stuff going on that needs to be accomplished or whatever. Let's see here. Oh, dude, somebody's playing ball, dude. Somebody's playing ball. Fuck yeah, dude. I'll let them do their thing, though. Yeah. Oh no. All right. I'll let you guys take a shout out to the people on here. Alrighty. All right. Well, what do you guys want to say? What do you guys want to say?
P. Diddy's better.
P. Diddy, no, dude.
Yes!
I thought.
Are we famous?
Huh? Not really. I only have like 5,000 subscribers. So you guys.
All right. Don't do drugs. Beat teen pregnancy. Guys, don't get back with your ex. It's not a good idea. Don't. Look, that's me.
Yeah, you guys are on the stream, but hey, appreciate you guys. Have fun. Don't watch the show. Kids should not watch the show. Good Lord, man. The kids are getting too advanced. They're figuring all this shit out too soon. But yeah, anyway, Diddy is not the better. Hopefully, Diddy's not the better investor. But nah, it's pretty funny though. It's pretty funny shit though. They're getting too. Everybody's getting too advanced. I'm too old to keep up with anything. I mean, I guess I'm too old. I'm too old to keep up with this shit. But yeah, no. Honestly, good game. Dude's playing ball. Hell yeah. What a stud. Get it. We got softball going on. A softball season. Fuck yeah, dude. Man, the wind is getting wild, so... Oh, well, I'm gonna cross here in a second. Oh. Across the street. Skeet, skeet, skeet. So I'm trying to see where else I could go. Where in the world... okay, now I'm finally seeing the comments here. We found you. But anyway, that's funny shit. It's the Michael Garza show featuring wind. Absolutely. There's so much fucking wind. So much wind. It's up in my bussy. Hell yeah. But, so there's a couple places around here. There's some interesting real estate places. I don't know what just happened. But it's Edward Jones Investments, which is pretty dope. It's a good spot. I've never actually been to the... You know what? Let's take a trip down to Edward Jones. They're probably not open, but we're taking a trip down to Edward Jones. All right. I got to see who this Mr. Edward Jones is. We're taking a journey. 'Cause I know a place where the grass is really greener. California. All right, here we go. So this is I don't think I've ever stepped on these steps. This is where it's at. So we got this is a nice place. So this is Edward Jones Investments. Jared Barber, I don't know what that is. Certified public accountant. All right. Stud. And the law office of McClintock, my boy. But yeah, pretty dope. Pretty cool. And then we see what else is going on in the world. But yeah, some pretty cool shit out here. Lots of neat little businesses, and always looking for those businesses. Oh my god. Dude, I look like such a psycho right now. I got my fucking blue ass backpack. Feeling like a champ. But this is cool. So, never been to Edward Jones before. But look at this fancy place though. Very, very beautiful. What other cool shit can we find in the town of Coos Bay? Oh boy. What can we find? Let's see. So the real life 999 says, "Hey, we're the people that just ran." Okay, I just say hi. Say hi, Kama and Ice. Well, I'm saying your name's probably funny, you guys. Hello. I appreciate you guys. All right, we're gonna keep walking though. We're gonna keep on seeing what else we can find around here. We'll probably walk around some old random neighborhoods and shit. But yeah, this is at this point, would I ever get financial advice from Edward Jones? Well, I've never been there, so I don't know if they're any good. But I mean, a lot of the investment advice they would probably give is pretty well documented on the internet, so it's not like it's hard to find. But you know, if you want to have hands-off approach to it, sure, Edward Jones is not that bad. Not bad at all. Walk down a couple neighborhoods, I think. That'll be fun. Ooh. All right, let's see here. Probably cross the street around on this side. So this is Vision Sorter, an interesting little place. You know, pretty cool. All right, we'll probably cross the street somewhere. No, the real life 999 says you're fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for the viewership. I appreciate it, but you know, kids definitely do not watch the show. It's not good for kids. Avoid it. It's a very disgusting show. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna cross the street. All right, so we're gonna take some random routes. Take a few random routes here. Have a good time. Got a couple law offices around here, which is really nice. And then of course Mingus Park. We're not gonna go to Mingus Park this time. I need to get some steps in. I need to walk around, man. But this is one of those shows where, you know, I just love walking, man. Love walking and being a crazy maniac, and that's cool, man. But no, it's funny though. People should not be watching this show. Well, what can you say? Oh, it is a windy day out here. But yeah, there's some cool real estate in this area when you walk past. So I think there's a house that's still for sale, and I kind of want to take a look at it. If it's still for sale, that is. Gotta look at those houses, man. But dude, everybody, all four of the voters said that P. Diddy's a better investor than me. What? Oh man, I'm off my game. I'm not a good investor anymore. I mean, then again, P. Diddy's pretty concentrated in his private equity shit. You know, he's got that Ciroc vodka. He's got that shit. Thank you guys. I appreciate everybody for watching. Always feels good to have viewers. Always really fantastic, and I love walking around. So people who've never been to Coos Bay can kind of get a glimpse of what this place is like. I wouldn't say it's the most magical place in the world, but it's nice. It's nice. It's very green, lots of nature, lots of wooded areas, and at the end of the day, that's exactly what everybody's looking for. So, at least for me overall. And also, the cost of living here is not as bad, which is kind of nice. When the cost of living is low, that's kind of the key. At least for me. I've always been kind of just invest as much as I can. You know, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. But, no, I think too many people are trying to get rich the wrong way. So the funny thing is, there's getting rich, thinking that there's misconceptions of getting rich, right? There's philosophies, all sorts of ideas, and there's the right way to get rich, and then there's the wrong ways to get rich. There's many right ways, but there's also many wrong ways too. For as many right ways, there's as many wrong ways, vice versa. And look, the whole goal, you don't even have to be filthy rich. You just need to have assets that pay you. You know, and that's kind of exactly what I've been able to build. Is just a portfolio of assets that allow me to live a fairly easy life. You know. And the beauty is I've gotten to the point where I could technically work time and be all right. Which is kind of shocking to me sometimes. But let's see. So we're probably gonna just head down to the park. We'll finish off the show down at the park, and then I am gonna make my way to the to wherever home is. It's very beautiful out here, though. But yeah, I'll probably do a bit of a show tonight. Might react to a couple of videos. I'm not too sure yet. What time is it right now? 6:36. Oh shit, my boy Vaughn saw me live streaming. Oh shit. Just got a message from my boy. He saw me streaming. That's awesome, dude. I can't believe my boy Vaughn saw me. My boy Vaughn saw me peeing. Yeah, I'm gonna go. We might end the video here in just a second. But we'll find a good spot to relax. Maybe we'll find that bench. That bench looks pretty good. Oh. There's a bench over there. All right, this is the best spot we got. A little bit of bird shit on here, but we'll live. Yeah, we'll use selfie mode here. Oh, all right. Okay. All righty. Good to see you folks on here. Looks like they're doing some acting in the park. Looks like I think they're doing the Shakespeare in the Park sort of rehearsals, and it's kind of cool. Oh, dude, they're actually doing some real acting. We might be able to get some live footage of some real acting. Let's get this going, dude. See what we're doing here. See if we can get some actual, not any acting that I would do. Because these guys are better actors than me. I know that for a fact, but we're going to do it. But yeah, this is one of honestly the better parks in the whole city. But yeah, you can see like the ducks. See those duckies. Look at that. Actually looks a little shallow at the moment, but keep on rolling. Yeah, this is the good shit. One cool thing is you can see like animals all over the place. Little ducks right there chilling. Whew. Smell some feces. Might be able to see some grade A acting. I noticed they got a sweet little birdhouse up there. It's very tight. Very cool. We're gonna see what we can find here. All right, people. Yeah, overall, it's a beautiful day. It's getting a little warmer, and I like that it's getting warmer. Whew. Feeling good. Plenty of ducks. Got the ducks in the row. I feel like this is becoming a nature show every day. It's becoming more of a miniature, boring old man nature show. Oh. Need to do some workout videos, man. Oh, we got the duckies. Get the duckies. Some video. All right. So it looks like people are doing a play. This is cool. Might be able to get a free show. Let's take a look. I'm not too sure what this is. It's kind of cool. We got some acting going. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Well, you guys, there was some acting in the park. And all sorts of cool shit, man. But I do want to thank all the people. I get to see acting in the park every day. It's pretty cool. Alrighty. Well, it's not expecting to see an acting show. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I do want to thank you guys for viewing this homoerotic show, and I'm gonna go home and do another stream.